Hello everybody, my name is Daniel Richardson and I'm the WCPW review guy. And seriously, I just wish they'd bring back the barbershop. I miss it. Fuck the Ambrose Asylum, fuck the highlight reel, let's bring back the barbershop. Wow, what an episode of Loaded we had. I'm here to review, of course, this is episode 7 of the WCPW Loaded. Whew. Oh my lands. I'm gonna, spoiler alert right now, best episode yet. Flat out. Spoiler alert. Man, okay, let's just start from the top, I guess. Right off the bat, I'll just tell you right now, as always, crowd's on fire, set looks great. Dude, the commentary, they're perfect. They're just perfect. I love these guys. And like I said, I've been out of, wrestling for a while before I, started watching WCPW. But, like, whenever I watch clips of, like, WWE or other networks as well, or other promotions as well, the commentary is just so stale, and I don't know, it's boring. But these guys are just, I don't know, I love them. I love them to death. Both of them. They're both great. So let's get right into the actual show. So, kick things off. We get a little pre-match interview with Joe Coffey. You remember last week he was attacked by Primate, and so he's doing his pre-show thing, which is kind of cool. He's like, this is it. I'm gonna have fun. He's still selling the injury, he's still hurt and everything. So first match, no holds barred. Primate with Susie Kennedy in his corner going up against Joe Coffey, and the first thing that came to mind, because once again, a rematch is one thing. That's whatever. But usually when you do the rematch, you go up. First time they met was in a no contest. So then the second time, it was the no holds barred. So the fact that they're doing the rematch and it's no hold barred again, you're just kind of like, you got to kind of raise the stakes each time. So I was like, what are they going to do? Like, how are they going to top that? Because the last match I thought was great. And I was like, how are they going to top that? And holy shit, they totally did. It starts off a little slow, but man, it gets right into it, dude. And they battle everywhere. I love when Coffey just flings himself over the guardrail. It's just brilliant. The match was just freaking insane. When they're in the crowd, and I don't know what the hell it was, like a closet with a roof on or whatever, but dude, Primate climbed up to the top. Of course, you hear everybody say, like, please don't die, please don't die. And I was like, dude, this is reckless and insane, dude. He just jumps right off of it, nails, not just Coffey, but like security, refs, everything. It was just awesome. And then, of course, the match ends with Joe Coffey winning. Didn't submit, he passed out in the hold, but still got the victory. And I was really kind of surprised by the ending. Now, I had a day to think on it, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not as surprised now. But when I first watched it, I was expecting, Primate to get the win because, they're trading the victories, back and forth. However, I was just really shocked that, Coffey went over because I was like, man, Primate really needs this win. The losses he does have is all against Joe Coffey, and it's just like he needs the, because he's a beast, he's a fucking monster. He needs to, keep going up. But once again, with each month comes a new crop of wrestlers, and of course they already kind of slated. Of course, even though he announces the match later, we had it previously already slated for Moose versus Joe Coffey. So, but he has to he's moving on to another feud altogether. So it did end it, and it makes sense that you want Joe Coffey to move on and essentially move up. So after a day, I was like, all right, it does make sense. I just hope whoever they put Primate with next, which I'll get to that here in a little bit, I hope he does come out on top of that one, because I would love to see a Primate Coffey rematch later down the road. But first match, fucking incredible. Like, it literally blew me away. I was like, wow. And I was like, all right, let's go. Let's see what the next one is. This next match, it was the rematch from 2 weeks ago, B. Priestley versus Nixon Newell. And same thing, though. Is this another standard one-on-one? But you're like, what are they going to do different? Like, how are they going? Because I thought the first match was very impressive. I liked the first match. And this one, better. Like, I didn't think it would be possible. They topped it. A lot smoother. The match's time was smoother. I don't think there was any botches, really. I mean, it was just perfect. Still hard-hitting. A few times I gasped, like, oh, dude, you got kicked right in the fucking face. I love the gum bit. Like, because last time she takes the gum out, puts it right in Nixon's mouth and makes her, chew it and everything. This time she goes to do it, though, Nixon bites her. I fucking loved it. And then this one ends, and I figured it would with B. Priestley going over. Because we all knew that there was going to be a women's match later, or a title match at Stacked. So we knew it was going to be these two, because as much as I like to make fun of the women's division, there isn't much of a division at all. There's only 2 people, so it's those two. However, it's going to be a last woman standing match. Which is incredible because, I mean, after this match, you know, Brie goes back and fighting, and they're still fighting, and Batista's like, hey, last woman standing match. And you know what? They can deliver. I know they can because, like I said, these past 2 matches were incredible. And, yeah, looking forward to the next one. Yes, another solid match right there. The next match. Now, let me just explain real quick. You know, every week I do these reviews. I, you know, give out, you know, the best match, and then I do my least favorite match. And this week was extremely hard because I liked all 5 matches across the board. They were all great. It was really easy to come up with my favorite one. Clearly, whichever one I was just like, holy shit, the most on, was going to be my favorite. Came up with my least favorite, it was really tough, and I just went with this one because there was more I can nitpick on this one. The next match was the elimination match. It was Prospect. Of course, they had James R. Kennedy in their corner going up against Joe Hendry, Joseph Connors, and Grado. And prior to this, we get a little bit of Adam Blampier's backstage, and he's talking to somebody. And of course, we find out it's James R. Kennedy. But anyways, that's later on. So elimination match, 3 against 3, and like I said, it starts off pretty fast-paced, pretty good stuff right there. And I was kind of shocked at first that Connors is the first one eliminated, because A, he's kicking ass hardcore, but I like the way he was eliminated, because it's once again, it's putting a little bit more tension on him and Hendry, because Gracie, or I think it was Gracie, he goes to hit Gracie, and Gracie moves, and he decks Hendry instead. Either way, they all end up beating the shit out of him, and then he gets pinned, and he's out there. And I thought it was just kind of funny, because it's like Grado could have easily ran in, but he's just like, I'm going to check on Hendry, make sure Hendry's okay. That's the most important thing, as long as, you know, Hendry is okay on the outside. So Connors is out. Grado's next go, he goes in there, and of course, he gets low blowed, and then rolled up. So we essentially have 3 against 1. And don't get me wrong, I mean, I'm a big Joe Hendry fan. I'm a big Prospect fan, and I just kind of hate the fact that they're just getting, like, killed every week. And this week was no exception. Hendry pulls a John Cena and just mows through all of them. Now, it was still a fun match to watch, don't get me wrong. It was impressive. But he systematically takes them out. And of course, don't get me wrong, he gets his ass kicked. And then, of course, he, you know, comes back and, you know, takes him down. Big highlight of the match for me was when he does the fallaway slam. He has one of them up for a fallaway slam. I think it was Gracie. And then Archer's up there, and he ends up like bumping into him, picking him up. And I was like, dude, he ain't gonna get it. Like, the dude's gonna fall. There's no way he's gonna pull this off. And dude, he had them both. And I was like, holy shit. And then bam. And I was like, impressive. So I mean, I'm not saying like he shouldn't have won it. He definitely should have. I just hate the fact that Prospect's just being slaughtered week in, week out right now. But it's okay. I mean, because once again, the roster is kind of, it's right now, it's formed. You know, we got, you know, our top card, our mid card, low card, like that. So it is, you know, they kind of unfortunately are in that mid to lower card area. But you know, it's all right. They get their wins when they get them, and still their strength in numbers. So hopefully it won't happen every time. But yeah, the fact that Hendry just Superman through the entire thing, still impressive, and it made him look great. Like, once again, it was good. But like I said, I'll get my least favorite just because I felt like, Jesus, like Connors and Hendry, like the Connors getting out first was like, oh fuck, really? But then the fact that, you know, Hendry just systematically killed, slaughtered, massacred, raped the entire Prospect was just like, son of a bitch. Like, this guy just, he's unstoppable right now. Of course, he gets noticed by Aaron Stevens. Aaron Stevens realizes that Blampier's up to something, and he's like, I want you to watch my back. So we get a little segment there as well. Next match. Match of the night. And I'm shocked. I honestly am. Martin Kirby versus Will Ospreay. You know, and once again, I don't know much about these wrestlers prior, or you know, to WCPW, or what they do right now, like, you know, because they're all touring. They do the entire indie scene over in Britain and elsewhere. So it's just like, I don't know. So only thing I know about Martin Kirby is he's comic relief. Now I know he's a good wrestler. You know, his match with Ligero is really good. But for the most part, he's a clown. And it's funny. One of the girls I'm talking to on here, good girl, Ospreay, she said, no, he's a really good wrestler and everything. You'll like his next match, you know, because she was there. She saw it. And so this match comes up, and oh yeah, like, I liked it because he did kind of flip the switch. You know, he was like, you know, he started a little goofy, but then guess what? He gets serious. And dude, this match was just fucking incredible. I want to apologize for the noise right now. Primate, he moved in upstairs and he's just stomping around. It's insane. But anyways, but no, dude, the match was off the hook. I love flippy shit. I love flippy fucking bullshit, and it's great. Will Ospreay is incredible, dude. Kirby brought it, dude. Like, he was great out there. Like, I was proud of him. I was like, holy shit. Dude, the shit they were doing, they were like diving through ropes, like from the apron dude, and Will Ospreay dove through like the corner and ended the DDT. I was like, what the fuck was that? Great. I love the finish, and dude, Kirby won, and he deserved it. Like, I love the crowd, like, completely came around, just like, Kirby. Dude, incredible, and I was so happy for him. Yeah, match of the night, well deserved. The problem is, okay, I'm watching this match, and once again, up until this point, he has been a clown. He's been the goofy one. He's been getting beat easily with, like, basic moves. And that's nothing against El Ligero. But come on, a tornado DDT. I just saw my man get super kicked in the face. He's upside down on the turnbuckle. Bam! To the face. And then, like, launched off and pinned. And he kicked out. And I was like, there's no way. 450 splash. Kicked out. And I'm like, dude, this guy has gone through hell in this match. And yes, he won. And yes, it was so sweet. But it's like, how do you expect me to believe, like, the next time he's in a match, when he gets, like, jobbed out to somebody? You know what I'm saying? Like, he literally, like, he survived everything in this match. Nothing could put him away. Moves that should have killed the old Kirby, like, somehow he made it through. So it's just going to be hard whenever you watch the next match where he's going to be like, hopefully they build on this. Hopefully he keeps the comedic stuff, preferably, you know, more backstage, but maybe, like, something, you know, switched in his mind. Now he's, you know, he's got the will to win. Like, he won. He won that important match. He beat Will Ospreay. Ospreay. I'm going to say Ospreay. Finally won. And now it's like, all right, now what? And now he wants to keep winning. And hopefully he keeps turning out good stuff like this, because this match was just incredible. So congratulations both guys. Seriously, incredible. Phenomenal. And then we had a skit. We had a couple skits. And I probably got them out of order here. I apologize. But the first one was Prince Amin and Gabriel Kidd, and more piggyback stuff, and they're trying to scare pigeons away. Good stuff. Like I said, I'm glad they keep something like that going, because, you know, when they don't have a match for the week, it's like you can get lost in the shuffle, but they're keeping it fresh in everybody's mind. You know, it gives you the impression this shit's going on week in, week out, so I love it. It's good stuff. And then we get Grado playing Pokemon Go, and he bursts into Primate's locker room and gets his ass beat. And so I guess that's will be the next feud right there. So I'm really hoping Primate comes out on top of this one. You know, Grado is hugely popular, but I'm hoping it's Primate. I really am. All right, so we get to the main event. World title on the line. Aaron Stevens going up against Big Damo, but boy, he's got some firepower in his corner. He's got Adam Blampier in a neck brace and a wheelchair, had me in stitches, and he got Prospect up there on the ramp, looking like gargoyles looking down, you know. Awesome. Match itself, pretty good. It didn't have... It's hard to follow the Will Ospreay Martin Curry match, and I kept that in mind. Like, you know, listen, Daniel, this isn't, you know, I know you just saw like a 5-star match. It keeps happening. WCPW delivers every week. I'm telling you. But I was just like, you know, keep it in mind. You know, that's a different style. You know, and it's a good match, really good match. And I love the ending. I love the ending. You get a referee knocked out, and then you get like everybody just interfering. First, Blampier runs in there, Prospect follows, and then you get Hendry and Connors running out there as well. So after all this craziness, Big Damo wins, which I'm glad he did, because I feel like with Aaron Stevens now on TNA, I don't know how much he's going to be able to do. I know, you know, Moose and EC3 are also coming over, but I'm not sure how much, you know, so I figured Damo's definitely going to win, but I also knew they would be setting up that Rampage rematch. And sure enough, at the end, dude, Rampage runs out there. And once again, this is great, because I remember, I don't know if you guys remember or not, but way back, before Built to Destroy, when that whole build-up was happening, I was voicing my displeasure, the fact that, like, Rampage just didn't feel heelish enough. And, like, you know, to me, you know, Damo's, you know, he's a monster, but, you know, it's like you need a monster to battle this monster, and Rampage didn't quite bring it. And as a face, I think he's going to do a lot better. I really do. I love Damo as a heel, and Rampage as a face, working pretty good. So after you get Connors, Hendry, and Rampage clearing house, then, of course, Pacitti comes up on the screen and, you know, announces that for Stacked, Fatal 4-Way, World Title, it's going to be Damo defending against Connors, Hendry, and Rampage. That's going to be awesome. And we're going to see the whole, you know, Connors and Hendry, you know, they're at the butt head, because it's Fatal 4-Way. Only one person can win. Not eliminational. One faulted finish. Boom. So, great. And of course, we're going to get Rampage and Damo back at it. So, yes, overall, this week's episode of Loaded was spectacular. Kudos to everybody involved. Not just the wrestlers, but, people backstage. Like I said, every match was great. There was not one match where I was just like, no, not once. I was literally on the edge of my seat every single match. Really loved the women's match. That was almost my match of the night. In fact, if the Ospreay Kirby match didn't happen, it would have went to the women because that match was just really unbelievable. Dude, they did the fucking same, like the coffee over the guardrail shit. I loved it. But yes, like I said, overall, good stuff right there. So, guys, what did you think about this week's Loaded? Let me know down below. And don't forget, guys, tune in this weekend. I'll be doing the top 10, which got some positive feedback on last week's top 10, so I'm happy to bring it back. Do that. And then, of course, I'll be doing my weekly recap as well this weekend. So, and I don't know if they're going to be doing Stacked next week or not, or Monday or not. So we'll wait and see if I'm going to do my Stacked preview this weekend or if I'm going to do it next weekend. We'll wait and see. We'll just wait and see. So, guys, once again, thank you for watching. Share, subscribe if you haven't already. Show this video that thumb and love. And follow me over on Twitter, WCPW Review Guy 1. So, that's all I got. Thank you for watching, and yeah, till next time.